So you finally booked your cruise. Congratulations. Now what? If you're a first-time cruiser, it can be a little overwhelming. Suddenly, you're getting emails like crazy. You're told you need to download the app. You're hearing about dining reservations, excursions, online check-in, travel insurance, and you're wondering if you're forgetting something important. Don't worry. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens after you book your cruise, from the day you book all the way up until the day you step on board. Now let's get into it. All right, so what happens right after you book your cruise? The first thing is you'll receive your booking confirmation email. Take a few minutes to make sure that you review it carefully. Make sure that everyone's name is spelled correctly and matches their passport or whatever travel documents that you plan to use the day you're boarding your cruise. Check your sailing date, the ship, the itinerary, and the cabin category that you just booked. Because if something doesn't look right, it's much easier to fix it early than a few days before your cruise. Next thing you're going to want to do is create an account with your cruise line if you haven't already done so, and download their mobile app. The app is going to become your best friend throughout the whole planning process. You'll use it for check-in, dining reservations, shore excursions, daily schedules, and eventually your boarding pass. Getting familiar with it now will make everything much easier later on. Now to the planning part. This is the fun part. If you haven't already researched your ship, this is the time where you want to do it. Start watching videos, read reviews. Every ship is different, so learn where the pools are, what restaurants are included, the shows, entertainment that is offered, what activities that you do not want to miss on your cruise. If your cruise line allows for advanced registration for dining, entertainment, and specialty restaurants, don't wait too long because the popular times can fill up quickly and it gets sold out. This is also going to be a great time for you to start looking and researching your shore excursions that you plan to do. Whether you book through the cruise line or independently, compare your options and choose the activities that fit your interests, your budget, and the mobility level. And the number one thing in the planning process you do not want to forget is travel insurance. Hopefully you'll never need it, but it's much easier to purchase it while you're planning than after something unexpected happens. For the travel insurance, definitely do your research because obviously it's not a one size fit all. So you will have to assess your family's needs, who's traveling with you, what is most important to you in the travel insurance, and then that way you can decide which policy that will suit your needs. So definitely compare the plans out there. You can always go to Insure My Trip, or that way you can go and look through all the different travel insurance companies that they have. So that way you can see what restrictions they have in regards to pre-existing conditions, as far as the window that you have as well to purchase the travel insurance, because there is a window when you have to purchase it after you've already booked your cruise. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, several months before your cruise, as your cruise gets closer, you'll start checking a few more things off your list. If you're flying to your departure port, this is a good time that you want to start booking your flights. I always recommend arriving at least 1 to 2 days before your cruise whenever possible. Weather delays, airline disruptions happen, and arriving early will give you peace of mind. Now, you do have to factor in hotel stay and transportation, but that's all part of the planning process. You'll also want to reserve your transportation to the port. And if you are driving, research the parking options ahead of time as well. Now is also a good time to think about any extras you may want, like, internet package, beverage packages, specialty dining, spa treatments, pictures. Purchasing these before your cruise can save you money compared to waiting until you get on board. Now we're about 45 days or so before sailing. Now this is when things start to feel real. For many cruisers, final payment is due around this time, although the exact deadline is going to depend on the cruise line that you booked with, as well as if you booked a suite or anything like that. Those have deadlines far more earlier than 45 days. You'll also want to double check that your passport and all your required travel documents are valid and they meet the cruise line's requirements. Especially with Royal Caribbean, if you're going to be on a Royal Caribbean cruise, you have to have a passport that is valid 6 months after your cruise ends. If you are going to international ports, make sure you have your visas, any required visas that you may need to enter that country. It is up to you, it's your responsibility as the passenger to look up the requirements for the country that you are visiting, because the cruise line is not going to let you know that. So keep that in mind during your whole planning process as well. If you haven't done so already, you might want to start a packing list as well. It doesn't mean that you're going to be packing today. It just means writing down everything so you're not scrambling at the last minute. Now, moving on to the online check-in. Your cruise line will open online check-in before your sailing date, and I recommend completing it as soon as it becomes available. During the check-in process, you'll typically upload your travel documents, what you're going to use when you get to the port. You're going to take a picture or upload a security photo of yourself, select your arrival time, and review any important travel information that they will have listed in the app during that time. By 30 days before your cruise, usually you'll be able to access your boarding pass and your luggage tags. I recommend printing your luggage tags before leaving home and saving a screenshot of your boarding pass to your phone in case the internet connection isn't that great at the terminal. However, if you do not have a printer and you are not able to print out your luggage tags, don't worry, because when you do get to the port, when you hand your bags over to the porters, they usually have like luggage tags that they can hand write your name and your cabin number on there as well. So that way you will be able to get your luggage on board the cruise ship. Now you're down to the final week. It's time for the final preparations. Complete any remaining online forms required by the cruise line. Start packing if you haven't done so already. Make sure you have all your medications, your travel documents, chargers, electronics, and anything of value with you in your carry-on bag and not your checked luggage. If your cruise line requires a health questionnaire before boarding, complete it as soon as it becomes available. Take a few minutes to review your travel plans one last time so you know exactly where you're going, when to arrive at the airport, and all of that, what to expect at the terminal. The more prepared you are, the more relaxed you'll feel on embarkation day, because embarkation day is stressful enough. So booking your cruise is just the beginning. By taking things one step at a time, you'll avoid last-minute stress that catches so many first-time cruisers off guard. And remember, you do not have to do everything in one day. Cruise planning is a fun process, I think, and each step gets you one step closer to your vacation. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If you've already been on a cruise, what's one thing you wish someone had told you after you booked? Share your best advice in the comments below to help any other first-time cruisers that may be watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more cruise tips and vlogs and reviews coming your way. And as always, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and stay well and stay savvy.